Hi everyone, welcome back. Yeah, don't bother to hide. I see you there in the back. Good you're here. Um, Last time, what was on my table? Ah, I was, yes. What's on my table today? I've made a decision. Um, this part is going to be brief because we went over it last time. I am going to make my Euclid sock, and I'm going to let somebody else choose the yarn because I can't make up my mind. Okay? I'm going to do the Lucy Neat by pattern because I really love it. And from my San Diego Machine Knitting Guild, they've just posted a pattern for a shrug, and I know one of the older princesses is going to like this. She's going to love this. I also pulled out this thing. This is about shawls. Okay? The thing is, I have a vague memory of making some shawls and not liking them. I have to look for them and see. But no one in this I've never seen anyone in this family with a shawl. Not male, not a prince, not a princess, not even the king or queen. I have never seen. I don't do shawls. I barely do sweaters because I'm hot. I'm sorry, but fat keeps the heat. I don't need all this clothing to keep warm when it's cold. But I'll have to look up shawls. This is giving me food for thought because I'm sure I made some shawls, and they're somewhere buried inside. So I'm going to take a look. Okay? I'm Now that I'm going through the stack of stuff that I have, now I understand why some folk make noise about, do you really need that? And how much do you really have? And how come this is not in storage? But let me tell you right now, I am not putting a single knitting machine or a tub of yarn in storage. My stuff is not going on sale for half price on the sidewalk outside the storage place. It ain't happening. And when I become an ancestor, y'all better sell this stuff and get some money back, okay? Now, that's that. What else is on my table? Oh, my tablet. I realize the pictures don't show well, but I have thousands of pictures of knitted items that I have seen. I'm outside, someone's blowing their horn. Hopefully, whomever they're blowing heard it. But it won't show well on camera, but I have to go through this. And I have pictures on here from 2013, and some of them need purging. And there are things, if I like, I need to make my version of. If not, it needs to go, because that's just hoarding. Yes, it gives great pleasure to look at it, but I'm not really doing anything with it. Okay? And I don't know about this tablet, because let me tell you, I downloaded series of videos for machine knitting onto this tablet. And in 2020, when we were on lockdown, I pulled this out and I said, let me go and practice. Yes, I've got yarn, I've got the time, I've got the videos, and there was not a single video to be found. I have not deleted any. I don't have the savvy for that. I have no idea where they went. They migrated without telling me, and I wish they would come back. Okay? And this seems to be siren days. They've been sirens all day. I hope, oh boy, I hope the people who need help are getting it. Because that sounds serious. Okay? What else is on my table? You know how I've been hand knitting the cuff of socks? I realized that I'm really, really bored with that. It's boring. I do 1x1 rib because it's the stretchiest rib. Once you start doing 2x2 or 3x3 or 2x3, the rib does not expand as much. It's not as stretchy. And I need that because one never knows the state of people's ankles and what's going on with them. So I was racking my brain. And what did I happen to find in my house? Knitting over the edge. This is another Nikki Epstein. I must like her work because this is the second book of hers that I bought, so I must like it. And I'm hoping when I go through it that I will find some edges that I can do by hand that are more interesting than my one by one rib. Looking through here, there seems to be some interesting stuff. And, you know, I think it reminds me of a picot. But wouldn't that make an interesting cuff for a sock? But turn the other way, maybe? We'll see. I'm going to take a look because I haven't picked up this book in years. And I realize tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. So I really need to shake a leg and start making stuff. At least, you know what I should do? I should go through and make a pile, just like I did a pile of patterns, do a pile of all the knitting and crochet, whether it's hand knitting or machine knitting or circular sock knitting, make a pile of the books, and from each book make something. Or else what is the point? Collecting books is not doing anything for anyone. Okay? And I'm sure when I become an ancestor, they're going to get rid of this stuff. So I might as well use it while I have it until it goes either to a descendant or to somebody else who would love and make use of it. Or else I've been wasting my money. And while I was at it, I also found this. Now, this is the one that'll make you laugh at me. I went all the way to London to buy this book. But I didn't go to London just for that. I went to visit someone. This was many years ago. And we're running around London and everyone is looking, look at this thing, look at that, look at that. And I'm like, there's got to be a place where they sell machine knitting books. And I found it. Okay? It was on a side street in the middle of nowhere. I found it. Okay? And this book is pretty interesting. It has lots of things in here I have never considered making, but I think that's going to be an adventure for me. Making something I don't like and seeing what it really looks like. Now, some of these patterns are really complex looking. Excuse me. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to work with solid colors because I think cables, ribs, and certain patterns, they get lost when the yarn is too busy. I like busy yarn, but you know, there's moderation in all things. Nah, not when it comes to yarn. But maybe I can try something into plain things. Yeah. And there's some stuff in here I don't even understand. But it might knit up. Here we go, another siren. I'm sorry, but it's one of the dangers of working outside. Yeah. And I should get a move on because I'm hearing the gate. So one of my neighbors is coming or going. Looks like he's coming. I swear to God, that man has more cars than a car dealership. Okay? And what else is on my table? Oh, these. Now, I planned for winter to do summer knitting. But I have all of these tubes that I need to do something with. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking the picot edging yarn that I use, it looked a lot like this. I'm going to have to go in search of it because maybe it would make a good top of sock for this. There's something about this that looks familiar. This is when I was first learning how to dye and I was playing with stripes. And you see, I oversaturated one color. But it's interesting, especially since I don't like stripes. So I'm going to have to find something to do with these. But I'm going to make socks. Now this one confuses me. I'm not sure if I knitted from the cuff all the way through here and ran out of yarn, or got bored with it, or didn't like it, because the colors look kind of the same to me. Or did I knit some ribbing and then Kitchener it onto this? For the life of me, I don't. Actually, I'm being dumb. Okay, I Kitchenered. There are ends there. If I had knitted straight from the cuff down, there would be no ends. So there are two ends there. So I knitted this separate and I Kitchenered it onto this. but I don't know what happened. There's no heel, there's no foot, there's no toe. And what could I use? Because these don't go together. They clash terribly. But maybe that would make a nice sock. Maybe after I finish, use whatever's left from this. But then that wouldn't give me. I could make two different socks. They could be frankincense. Listen to me, frankincense. Frankenstein socks. Okay? Why did I say frankincense? Is somebody burning some incense? Who knows with my neighbors. And, so, okay, so is there a way you think to put this together? Because some of the colors kind of look the same. But you know what I'm finding? They look more similar in person than they do on camera. But maybe that'll be the beauty of it. Uh, Sometimes my words get tangled up. But maybe, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll do that. And, look at what this is, a Vera Wang bag that looks as though it's seen better days. This has never held cosmetics. It's never gone anywhere. I've used it to house my. Oh, look what. I have been searching for these for days now. Annoying, annoying, annoying. Here are my sock needles because I wanted to cast on another set cuff, but I only see 3. So from all those needles I had the other day, I'm sure there's another one of this so I can cast off. So I like to have more than one project on the needles at a time. That way, any bag I grab, I know there's something in there that I can work on while I am on the bus or on the train, or if I finish something, there's something else I can work on, because I have been part of train delays that have lasted hours. Okay? Sometimes I'm not sure how the public transport folk function, because a train delay 2 hours and I see people stressing themselves. I gotta get to work. I'm like, you do not need to give yourself a heart attack. You don't drive the trains. Do the best you can, and you'll get there when you get there, because you left your house to go to work. It's not your fault that there's a delay. And unfortunately, you weren't as savvy as me to walk with some knitting or some crocheting or some embroidery or even a book. Something to do while they figure out how to get us from point A to point B. So, this is a step in the right direction. But these, how many? 2, 4, there's one missing. I love these. I first saw these in London. I was on Regent Street and I went into one of their stores there, like every other tourist. But I went to the knitting section and I saw these. I was like, look at these big pins. What are they doing here? And I think someone gently whispered, these are stitch holders. I was like, really? And I bought 2. It has to be these 2, because they look old and there's some rust on the inside. But I love these. And I've started a secret project that I can't talk about, so I mention it. But I needed these. And so I ordered 4 more. There are 3 here, so there's a 4th one floating around somewhere that I have to find, because I like them. For some reason, these are the stitch holders that I like. There's no accounting for taste. It's what I like. You don't have to like them, but I like them. Okay? And what else is here? Oh, these. See, when you're looking for things, you don't find them. I have been searching for this for months now. Look at where it is. Amazing. And then I bought these that they serve the same function as this. I bought these from Knit Picks, and I think one of the princesses borrowed some of them, which means I'll never see them again. So now that I know where they are, and look at that, I have an old-fashioned, no, this is not old-fashioned. I have an old-fashioned row counter from London, but I don't see it here. But I have this generic, inexpensive one. But when I'm making this, maybe I should use them. I'm so used to doing sock cuffs and just counting. It has never occurred to me. I'm not doing, because what? I do between 12 and 30 rows of rib. It doesn't seem like I need a stitch count, a stitch counter, a row counter for that. But you never know. It'll come in handy, and I should probably just toss this into my everyday backpack. That way, if ever I need it, and most important, I need to put these back in here so that I'm not searching. And these also, because then I can put them in. I want to try one of the edgings from Nikki Epstein's book, knitting. What is that? Knitting over the edge, and I think these will really do. And this is a little pouch. In here is supposed to be that yarn holder or yarn conveyor, whatever it is for Portuguese knitting. It's somewhere. I have the pouch. There should be two of them. I shall look. Or better yet, they just need to find me. Oh well. You know what? Our time is up. I'm hot. I'm going to go and have some water, and then I'm going to have an adult beverage. I think I deserve it. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.